What is going on, guys? Torchy here. Welcome back to the video. So today's video isn't going to be too much about gameplay or improving your aim. If you want more tips on that, definitely go back and review the other videos that we have on the channel. I think they're really solid tips that can help you improve aim. We'll get back to those tip videos in the future, but for today I really wanted to give you guys a crash course on Valorant economy. So what is economy in Valorant? Well, economy, it can go by other terms, eco, econ, whatever, but at the end of the day, it's managing your credits and deciding what you buy each and every round. So first, we need to cover a few basic terms. Number one, the full buy, which is where you're looking to purchase a rifle such as a Phantom or Vandal, along with full armor and all abilities. Number two, the light buy. A light buy is where you're looking to purchase SMGs, maybe a Spectre or a Stinger, some light armor, and maybe a few abilities here and there. It's considered kind of like a mix buy. And the last term we need to cover is full save. Now, a full save is where you're going to purchase pretty much nothing. No armor, no guns, no abilities. At most, you may want to look to upgrade your pistol, but you're looking to spend as little as possible. Why do we care so much about managing our economy? Why not just buy every round that we can? It's really important for us to try and buy guns and buy equipment around our team. And what I mean by that is you want to be on a level playing field with your team. What this means, for example, is if your team is broke and your team can only afford pistols, you should buy a pistol too, even if you can buy an SMG and you can buy some abilities. If your team is going to save and only buy a couple upgraded pistols, you should do the same. The exception here is if you somehow have so much money that you can full buy while your team is saving on pistols and still perform a full buy the following round, then you should do it. It's pretty rare, but it can happen. I often see people buying every round to about 0 credits, and you know, the next round they request a gun and their team can even barely afford to full buy themselves, and now you're stuck without a gun. Why is managing your economy so important? Well, let's think about the concept of buying and what that means. The goal in every round is to have the same equipment and same tools at your disposal as the rest of your team. If your team can only afford 2 to 3 rifles and leaving the rest of your team on pistols or SMGs, that's going to leave those players at a disadvantage. This means they'll have to get support from other teammates, opening up areas of the map. They might have to give up a site or give up an area that they otherwise could hold with full buy. Simply put, they just won't be able to compete with the other rifles that the enemy team has. It is possible for somebody with a rifle to single-handedly ace the other team and carry their team on their back and win a round. However, it is pretty selfish, and at the end of the day, we want to play as optimally as possible together with our team in order to increase our chances of winning. Playing selfishly can only get you so far. How can we balance and manage our economy? Well, first we need to understand the credit system in this game. You get 200 credits per kill, 300 credits for a plant or defuse, and if you win a round, you get 3,000 credits. If you lose a round, you will get 1,900 credits, and there's a mechanic in this game for loss bonus for each round in a row that you lose, up to 3 rounds. As mentioned, on the first round that you lose, you'll get 1,900. The second round that you lose in a row, you'll get 2,400. If you lose 3 rounds in a row, you'll get 2,900 on that last round. Now keep in mind, I mentioned that this was a loss bonus for consecutive lost rounds. This means if you win a round, that breaks the chain, you'll get your 3,000, but if you lose the following round, you'll reset back down to the 1,900 loss bonus. Here's a really good rule of thumb to follow. A full buy on average will cost you about 4,500 credits. That means if you need a rifle, heavy shields, and all your abilities. Something that can help you is in the buy menu, there's a min next round or minimum next round for how many credits you're going to have. Again, I want to mention that 4,500 is kind of an average number. With the recent changes in patch 0.5, some ability costs have gone up or have been updated, but at the end of the day, 4,500 is a good number to keep in mind. Let's start off on pistol round, or the first round of each half. On pistol round, you start off each side with 800 total credits. We know that light armor is 400 credits, leaving you the option to either buy an upgraded pistol or purchase some abilities. Typically, you'd want to purchase light armor and some abilities if you're playing a passive character like Sage or Brim, or if you're going to be an entry player for your team, you might want that extra armor. Otherwise, if you're holding long sightlines, you might want to consider purchasing a ghost and just a couple abilities. Now, let's say you win first pistol round. In the second round, you should definitely look to replenish your armor and purchase an SMG or perhaps a bulldog if you can afford it. The upgraded gun will be so important when going up against people who have to save in the second round. Maybe they can only afford a pistol, maybe they can only afford light armor. The upgraded gun will definitely help win those gunfights. Now, if you are 2-0 at this point, you've won pistol round and you've won the first light buy round. This is where looking at economy and managing economy becomes so important. You're going to want to pull up the scoreboard, take a look at the enemy's money, and think about what they purchased in the last round. If in the second round they only had classic pistols or perhaps ghosts, they will have enough money to full buy in this round. So if your opponent is going to full buy or at least close to a full buy, you should definitely look to replenish your armor and upgrade your SMG or bulldog to a better rifle. If the opponent has a phantom or vandal, you can have that too, keeping yourself on equal playing ground with your enemy. Now let's go back a step. If in the previous round your opponents bought SMGs or they bought a lot of utility, they're most likely going to be broke in round 3. This means all you'll need to do is replenish any armor and you can stick with an SMG or a bulldog. Now, let's say you lost pistol round. My personal recommendation is that you try to full save. And again, this means don't buy armor, don't buy abilities, maybe at most upgrade your pistol. Your objective on a full save round on attack side is to definitely try to plant the spike. And whether or not you're on offense or defense, you can try to get a couple kills, which will break down the opponent's economy. Maybe you want to stack a sight, maybe you want to try to full rush and try to get a cheeky kill or two, and maybe you'll get to even save a gun, who knows. In a full save round, you most likely will not win that round. In that case, you've now lost 2 rounds in a row. You've lost pistol round and you've lost the second round. However, this is where the game really starts for you. By round 3, if you followed these steps, you should be able to do a full buy, or at least close to it. And it kind of sucks, you're 0-2, but again, you now have a full buy. You have the best chance of winning these next rounds. You can take those rounds back. With that being said, definitely try to keep a positive mindset when you're doing a save round. You most likely will lose them. You're already at an inherent disadvantage. Don't tilt, try your best. Maybe you can get a kill or 2, maybe you can save a gun. At the end of the day, if you lose the round, it's not the end of the world. Something else that I want you to try to do is keep track of the opponent's money at the start of every round. If the opponent is starting the round at about under 3,900 credits, they most likely won't be able to afford heavy armor and rifles, and they certainly can't afford an operator. So use that knowledge when it comes to planning your next defense or your next offensive attack. If you know they can't afford the operator, you might want to try to take a peek at a longer angle. If you take a look at the scoreboard and you see that your opponents are super broke, like under 3k, your opponents might try to buy light armor and SMGs and rush a site. If that's the case, take extra care and warn your teammates who might be playing a more vulnerable site. 3 players with SMGs can easily run down 1 player with a rifle. The last tip that I can give is don't be greedy when you need to buy for your teammate, and don't be afraid to request a buy. If you're sitting at the money cap of 9,000 or you're sitting over 5,000 credits and you have a full buy already settled for yourself, request for your teammate to buy from you. Let them know that they should save and that you'll get the gun for them. This gives them the opportunity to save whatever credits they have and spread the economy across the team evenly. Again, to reiterate, economy is so important to team play, and you should not be selfish when it comes to your credits. If someone is playing bad, that doesn't mean you shouldn't buy them a gun. Everybody has their off rounds and off games, and sometimes just getting that little bit of support from their team, being able to have your teammate buy you a gun, that can give them the opportunity to have a pop-off round and give them the confidence they need to bring the game back into your favor. There's so many specific scenarios when it comes to covering economy in this game, and I hope that this video gives you at least a little bit of a basic understanding of how the economy works and how you can help manage your team's economy so that you can win more consistent rounds just through that simple management. If you have any other specific questions about eco, let me know in the comments down below, or catch me live on Twitch, where I oftentimes will talk about economy before each round so that myself and my viewers can learn what is the most optimal buy. Don't forget to like this video if you enjoyed it. It really helps us out. Consider subscribing if you enjoy this tip series, and until next time, we'll see ya. Peace.
30 seconds left.
Got the spike!
Go up the rope, no balls.
Oh no.
What, bro?
Wait, wait, I'm actually so blind. I'm so blind.